So PlayStation finally did it today. PlayStation announces the end of physical media, discs, games, all that kind of stuff beginning in 2028. My initial reaction to this is it's definitely the end of an era and a turning point for the industry as a whole. So, I mean, what does that mean? I mean, signs have been pointing toward this for a few years now. I mean, who could forget the get used to not owning your games from Ubisoft's Philippe Tremblay? Am I saying that right? Doesn't matter. It was a roast and troll-worthy tweet that got at least 2 weeks of traction, right? But the signs were there. I mean, something was happening, and we were getting close to this point at that time. So, seems the industry as a whole is moving toward a licensing model over an ownership on all software. Licensing is not ownership. We know that, right? So, what does that mean moving forward? That's going to be up to y'all to decide. So, whether this is just the next step in the evolution of the industry or it's the death knell remains to be seen. Now, I am of the thought that, my preferences does not dictate what the future of the industry is going to be. My preference, I love physical media. Look at all my friends behind me here, and more in a couple of boxes. I mean, I love having my stuff on display, right? More than that, I love owning my stuff. I can break out any system from any era that I have boxed up right now, plug it in, play any of these games on my shelf, and have a great time. That is not the future, according to Sony and Xbox and other people like that. So this is where it's going. I thought we would get this announcement as a state of play or something like that, Q3 next year, when people really start talking about PlayStation Sticks and what to expect from it. I figured Sony would give us a what to expect kind of like state of play or something like that to start prepping people for that. Now, as a marketing professional, I can tell you that this post comes off as slapped together prematurely. It really does. It doesn't. This is a major deal. This is a major deal. And it was just like, oh, by the way, blah, blah, blah. It's like a little post on X. Just a little post. I wonder how much of this is PlayStation getting Rockstar's back over them getting absolutely annihilation level trolled by gamers and other publishers over their empty box physical edition of GTA 6. I mean, if that's true, now that doesn't mean Sony made the decision. I think they just came out early and were like, hey, we're going to get Rockstar's back. But if that's true, and this is just me speculating, there's nothing to this. Nothing at all to this. If that's true, it makes PlayStation look like that dude that doesn't have a chance with the hot girl, but he keeps trying to prove himself to her anyway, and she lets him because it helps her out, and no way she is looking at him as an exclusive thing, but he's handy, right? A lot of that going on right now, by the way. Protect your neck, people. A lot of that going on. Anyway, it makes PlayStation kind of look like that if this is true. Now, again, that's just me speculating. Just have a little fun with it. But, it is what it is. It's really a weird time. So, while I initially met this news with like deep sighs and much heavy eye rolling, I kind of started to understand that the machine will keep moving and evolving. And it's just not going to move or evolve with me. It's that simple. It's just not for me, And if you're like me, PS6 is probably out. That's probably where I draw the line. As a fan of the industry who has enjoyed this hobby my entire life, and I mean my entire life, look at this shelf back here, right? Since the early 90s, late 80s, I've been a gamer, Been able to get physical copies of my games, put them on the shelf, all that kind of thing. I can say this left me a bit sad at first look. No mistake. It is certainly the end of an era, and I know many of you are actually with me. Now, does this mean I'm done with gaming? No. I have a crazy backlog, as we talked about earlier on the Discord. If you're not on Discord, get on my Discord. Come hang out. Come chat it up. I have a crazy backlog of physical games. And classic games that I still love going back and enjoying all the time. Many I've revisited for the first time in years. It feels like kind of playing it the first time because I've forgotten a lot of things. So on top of the backlog I currently have this gen, and plus classics I go back and play, all that kind of stuff. But I've got stuff to keep me busy for the rest of my life, probably, if I wanted. However, for myself, and again, for people like me, I keep saying that, people who love physical media and don't really just want digital. I get digital on some things, right? But not everything. For people like me who enjoy owning their games, this definitely means I'm out on the PS6. I just do not see a world where I would pay $1,000 for a box of licensed software that won't even be able to do what a PC can do currently in this year, 2026, the year of our Lord. PCs this year. That's a big sell. That's a big sell for people who are even on the fence. Frankly, at that point, I feel you're getting into Stockholm Syndrome territory, you know? The same place Xbox defenders are right now, you know? Like, yeah, that's coming. Like, to defend that at that price point for games you don't even own, and for it can't even do what a PC can do in 2026, probably, you're really limiting yourself. And you really don't have a whole lot of ground to stand on as far as an argument for that goes. Unless you just want it. Unless you're just a PlayStation person. And that's fine. That's fine. This is no shade. This is no shade. This is just, I am out on that. I am out on that. Like, anybody who would do something like that, out on that. So yes, if I cannot go into a store and buy a physical game, or go online and purchase one and have it sent to my door and go on my shelf with all my friends back here, I'm not interested. And again, this is me coming to the realization that the gaming industry and I have we've grown out of this relationship, right? We are different people now. We want different things. It's just how life goes, right? You go do your thing, I'll go do my thing now. It's okay. It's okay. We had a great time. We learned a lot about each other. We grew, you know, and now it's we can go our own ways. We can go our own ways. So yeah, I mean, it's just, we want different things now, gaming industry, and that's okay. That's okay. However, here's the part nobody's talking about. This creates a vacuum. Right? This creates a vacuum and an opportunity for anybody, any such company who would look at this as an opportunity to get into the console game, which at this point, I don't know why you would, because it's getting so hard to make them. But hear me out on this last point. Who could be looking at this announcement today and say, you know what? What if we make a system supporting physical software? What if we can't come to companies with a big check and get year one exclusives on our system? Who would that be? What conglomerate of people would that be, and what would their goal be? And how would they pull something like that off? I know it's not that simple, but who might be that upstart? Who? And a legit company. Not like some fly-by-night, Atari's going to make another system, who cares? Who cares? Like, that's never going to happen. Sega, no, Sega had their shot. Maybe Sega, I don't know. But I think it would have to be something brand new, like when the Sony PlayStation came out in 1994, or 5 if you're in the States, right? You are not ready, you know? Who's the next version of that? Who's the next version of that? Because PlayStation, this whole no physical software anymore, we're not doing it, and just a quick little post. It comes off as a little too big for your britches, for those from the South that might know what that means, right? It comes off a little bit like that. So, anyway, those, you know, it was a wild day when that announcement went off. I saw it kind of live as it was happening, collecting my thoughts. I go on my Discord and everybody's talking about it. I was like, okay, well, I'll jump in here. It is what it is at this point. I don't really see a version of this PS6 with no physical software that I'm even interested in buying, right? So please, Capcom, get the Resident Evil 1 remake out next year. Like, Resident Evil 10, put it off. I need to play Resident Evil 1 right now. Like, while I can get a physical copy of it. Because when there are no more physical, like, if I can't put Resident Evil 1 remake on my shelf, not happy. Not happy. If I have to go to Limited Run Games and get a physical copy with a box and everything of Resident Evil 1 Remake. And I don't want to buy the $100 PlayStation 6 exclusive digital only that comes with a slightly better handgun and bikinis for all the STARS members so that the hunters can't see you when you're wearing them. I don't care about that. I don't care. Looking at you, Square Enix. I don't care about that. Don't do that. Don't do that to the people. And that's another point to make. When no one else can sell physical media, when you can't rent it, you can't buy it secondhand, you can't borrow it from a friend. Yeah, there's game sharing, I get that. Sony controls the price completely, and you have to pay what they want you to pay for that game. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. It's what I've talked to you all about before with business, and this is the final point. This is what I've talked with you all about so many times when it comes to marketing and business infrastructure and decisions made by companies and stuff like that. This is investors getting their max ROI on everything they put into the company. They want that 500% payback. Hey, I put in 10 million, I want 50 million back. I put 10 million in, I want 100 million back. Raise these prices. We can't raise the prices because they're going pre-owned. Get rid of physical. $100 a game. Special editions, digital. There's nothing special about a digital special edition. There's just not. I've bought a few like digital enhancements in the past for my physical games that I already had, like Resident Evil 2 or whatever. Nothing special about them. Doesn't add anything to the game for me personally. So this is all about money, man. This is all about them controlling the price point and that kind of thing. But don't be a lemming. Think for yourself. And if you, like me, feel like you have just grown out of this relationship. Now, I love gaming. I love the business of gaming. I love the industry of gaming. Most of all, I love the creativity and the artisanship of gaming. Like the artists that make these great games. And I feel like that's the part of this that gets swept under the rug. The amazing artwork, the performances, the music, the gameplay, the world that's created, these stories that are written. Everything is on the chopping block here. You know? And I feel like we're kind of swirling around this drain of, man, it feels like at least 18 to 24 months of just bad business from these companies. And people will say, oh, well, Sony wants to control their exclusives. Well, they got to make great exclusives. They have not made a great, unless I'm not thinking of something. You all can hit me up in the chat if I'm forgetting a game. And I'm not like a God of War fan. So when God of War Ragnarok came out, I was like, yeah, this is a big PlayStation title, but me and many others like me, there's not big God of War fans. That's kind of like the new casual action gamer thing. Like casual gamers are into action games. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up God of War, man. That was badass. That was badass, man. I'll pick it up. Like that's good for a lot of casuals, and that's great. But there have not been a lot of Sony PlayStation exclusives that I'm just jumping out of my skin to grab. It's always third-party stuff. It's Capcom, it's Squaresoft, or Square Enix. God, Squaresoft. Just to age myself. Square Enix. Other companies like that, Atlas. I mean, I'm a big JRPG fan. That is not what Sony does first party. It just is not. It's all these cookie cutter action games and stuff like that. Oh, it's exclusive. Yeah, it's the same game to me. It's a first person shooter. It's a cookie cutter action game. It's the same thing to me. So exclusivity, I don't care about PlayStation. I don't care about anybody's exclusives. I don't. Except for Nintendo's got one coming out this fall, Ocarina of Time remake. I care about that exclusive. Definitely caring about that one. That put a Switch 2 in everybody's home that didn't have one. Just a quick announcement. Boom, Switch 2 sales. When that game comes out, Switch 2 sales. And Nintendo is even kind of starting to be like, well, you know, you got your virtual game card and everything. Don't do it. Don't do it. But they've set it up for that as well. That's why I say the future of the industry and not just PlayStation. But, you know, PlayStation was kind of the last bastion of hope for me as far as like keeping physical around. And they just came out with like just a real throwaway, slapped together secondhand tweet today. Hey, 2028, kiss it goodbye. We're not doing it. PS6 moving forward, no disk drive. We're not doing it. All right. Well, I'm out. So I will enjoy what I can enjoy while I can enjoy it. I'll still enjoy my backlog. I'll enjoy my PS5 until they send out the firmware destruction for the PS5 after the PS6 comes out and you can't play anything on it anymore. And then I'll just play my emulators, and I'll break out my old systems and hook them up and play them, and I'll have a great time. It will become a part-time hobby. It will become almost a relic of a bygone era. And I'm busy and I got stuff to do anyway. So anyway, post your comments below. Let me know what you think about that. Throw a like on the video. And consider subscribing to this channel if you have not yet. So trust me, I got more takes. I got more takes on this, but I wanted to keep this relatively bite-sized to a degree, right? So anyway, you all have a great day. Be safe, be good to each other, keep rocking. I will catch you all in the next video or live stream. You all take care. Have a great day.